eyes are watering. Good morning. Oof, I probably gotta take these braids out. Yeet. Good morning, good morning. To all the ladies in the place with style and grace. Good morning, and welcome to Coffee Talk. Do I have a story for you? Good morning. I'm going to get right into it this morning because this is a good one. So, some of you may know that when I was pregnant with Charlie, I had a condition called placenta previa. And I had complete, you are not worthless. I love you. I see you and I love you. Okay. I have to focus though because I need to tell you all this story. I had complete placenta previa, which meant that there was no way that I could deliver Charlie vaginally. Like, she had to be a C-section. We knew that going into it. And we also knew that the chance of me making it full term was slim to none. Anyway, when I was 30 weeks pregnant, Michael and I were getting ready for our date night, and my placenta blew wide open. I'm talking blood fountains, okay? So luckily we had a sitter on the way over because we were leaving for date night. So the poor sitter walks in, and I'm literally bleeding out. It looks like I'm bleeding out. She's like, oh my God. She was like a teenager. Long story short, I'll save you all the details. I ended up being admitted to the hospital that night, and they thought that I was going to deliver her that night. So they gave me shots. Morning, Mayor. Get in my lap, Mary. They gave me steroid shots, okay? And they were able to stop the bleeding. But for the next 31 days, I laid in the hospital trying to keep Charlie in, right? And they took me to the NICU and showed me around and said, if Charlie's born at 30 weeks, this is what she'll look like. This is what it'll be like. If Charlie's born at 31 weeks, this is what it'll be like. So I had an ultrasound picture of Charlie that hung on the wall in the hospital, and I stayed focused on that, and I started to pray, okay? Now I'm going to tell you guys something. Yes, Priscilla, I have a book. And the soft cover of my book comes out this month. And it's called The Southern Education of a Jersey Girl. But anyway, okay, listen. So I started to pray. And I'm going to give you guys a secret I never told anybody. Okay? So I started to pray to God that he would make Charlie a fighter. Charlie is named after my grandfather, who came from Italy, and was a boxer in the Navy. Okay? He joined the Navy because even though he came from Italy, he loved this country, and he wanted to fight for this country, and he did. And he was a boxer. He was big. He was a big, burly guy, and he was very strong. So I named Charlie because I knew she needed to be strong, right? And I prayed to God that he would make her strong, that he would make her a fighter, okay? Because I was so worried that she wasn't going to make it, okay? But then what I never told anybody was I already had Olivia and Max. And Olivia, as you all know, and I have a different kind of relationship because Olivia is just like her dad. And I started to secretly pray to God without telling anyone that God would make Charlie. I don't know why I'm leaning in as if I'm telling you something terrible, like I robbed a bank or something. I started to pray to God very selfishly that God would make Charlie just like me. I said, please give me one child that is just like me. She doesn't have to look like me, and Lord knows she doesn't at all. But could you make her like me? Could you make her bold and give her a lot of moxie and make sure she doesn't take shit from anyone? Like, Olivia's very, and I say this in the most respectful way, truly. Olivia is very Southern by nature. She really is. She's got a very okay, that's not nice, because now it sounds like people from New Jersey are not ladylike. I don't know how to explain it without sounding stereotypical, okay? So don't come at me about like, well, people from blah, blah, blah. I know. But Olivia is just more demure, right? You got to coax Olivia onto the dance floor, right? Charlie's out on the damn dance floor. You can't get her off, okay? I prayed to God. I said, please give me a child with character traits that I recognize. Please. Like, make her like me. Make her feisty, right? Y'all, listen to me. When I tell you that God was like, okay, Jamie is asking very specifically for a child that has the same traits as her. Got it. Okay. Let me tell you what happened last night. Are you ready for this, folks? Mary, you heard it last night, but stick with me. I'm at the country club yesterday. Okay? Yeah, won't he do it? He'll do it. Oh, yeah, he'll do it. He did it. So, oh, by the way, Charlie was born at 34 weeks, one day. And in an emergency C-section, and she spent 2 weeks in the NICU and was a pain in the ass from the beginning. Pulling tubes out, everything, okay? But was so cute. Oh, God, she was so cute. All right, so anyway, but she was a fighter. And the NICU nurses said to me, ooh, this one's a fighter. And I thought, oh, God. Yes, God. Yeah. Oh, Mary, this is the best story in the world. Guys, this is bad. What up, Vivi? All right, so I am at the country club yesterday. Now, keep in mind, I'm not, you know, when Jersey people go to the club, right? They go to the club. Southern people go to the club. They go to the country club. So I'm just trying to get in where I fit in, right? Right. Okay. So we're at the club, and I feed all these kids. And they ask if they could go down to the grass to play. So I say, sure, yeah, everybody go down to the grass. I'll pay. So Michael was down there playing with Max. Next thing I know, Michael, who's like the Pied Piper of children, gets all the kids playing some sort of handball, right? But Charlie and her two little girlfriends didn't want to play. So they were building a fairy house out of rocks. Next thing I know, I'm signing the check, and I hear a woman go, are you Charlie's mom? And I'm like, I am. She goes, I think she's fighting like a boy outside. I go, what? So I go running, and the way the country club is, you got to go down like a bunch of steps, but you can see the outside. And I see Charlie in this little boy's face, and she's doing this. So I'm like, Charlie! Right? And she's like, I told you not to touch my fairy house. And he's like, it's just rocks. And she goes, touch it again. I dare you. And I'm thinking, no, boy. Boy, don't touch it. Boy. And I'm running, okay? And the boy knocks the rocks down. And Charlie turns around with this, like, battle cry. She's like, ah! Boom. Punches this kid in his chest, y'all. Badunk. I'm like, Charlie, no. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, Charlie's mom is the one running through the country club with dookie braids, folks. That's what Charlie got, okay? So Michael turns around as his wife in the dookie braids is running across the field to Charlie. And she's like, I told you not. I'm like, Charlie. So I get there and I'm like, what is going on? And the little boy's like, they wouldn't let us play, whatever. And Charlie's like, that's not what happened. I'm like, so before I could say anything, the mom of the boy comes up And I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I don't know what's happening. I think my kid's a thug. She's like, no, I'm sure that's not what it is. So she looks at her son. She's like, what happened? And Charlie's like, I'll tell you. Y'all, composes herself, big blue eyes, tucks her hair behind her ears like this. She's like, I'll tell you. So I'm thinking my kid's about to straight, bold-faced lie to this woman, right? She goes, I asked him, the boys, not to touch my stuff, and then I told him not to touch it, and then he did, so I punched him in his chest. My God. Are my ears ringing? Oh my God. Am I dead? This is motherhood, like, meltdown. I'm having a motherhood meltdown. So the mom's like, what? So she's like, honey, why did you touch her stuff? He's like, she dared me. I was like, oh my God, this can't be happening. Anyway, I look at Charlie. So the mom takes her kid, whatever, and I say to the mom, listen, I'm really sorry. I'm so sorry that she put her hands on him. That was completely inappropriate. I'm going to talk to her right now, and I am so sorry that I am wearing these fucking dookie braids right now, because how is this woman even taking me seriously? She's like, it's fine. No, it's fine. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, I turn around to Charlie and I go, what is wrong with you? You don't put your hands on people. She's like, I warned him, Mom. I told him and I warned him. I go, Charlie, that is not the point. You don't put your hands on people, okay? So she's like, yes, ma'am. I'm like, okay, now I want you to say sorry. This is where, y'all, this is where God, I looked up at the sky and I thought, ooh, you got a funny sense of humor, sir. Okay? I say, Charlie, we're going over there. I want you to say sorry. This chick had the nerve to look at me and go, no, I'm not sorry. I'm sorry, what? I'm not sorry. I'm not saying I'm sorry because that would be a lie. And I'm not sorry. I told him not to touch my fairy house. And he did. So I punched him in his chest. Y'all. That's it. Somebody come get her. I'm packing her stuff. Mary, come get her. She's going home with one of y'all because listen. I did raise her to tell the truth, Mary. I did. I did. You see, but Charlie plays it. Yeah, okay. So I call my mom. I tell my mom the whole story. My mom's like, oh my God, she is all you, kid. The difference is that at 6, I was not a fighter. I became a fighter after I was bullied. Charlie is a fighter at 6, y'all. I was not. I was outgoing. I was a leader. I was the one on the playground, like on the dance floor, all of those things. But I didn't become a fighter. You guys don't understand. Charlie bowed up on this boy and was like, you want to fight? I'll fight you. Okay, so the moral of this story is, yes, Lisa, it is the mother's curse. So my mother said to me, well, my love, it appears your prayers have been answered because you have one who is just like you. Well, don't I know it? Don't I know it? So the thing is this. Everybody thinks it's super cute because it's Charlie. And I totally get it. But the truth is she cannot go around putting her hands on people. And that is just a fact. And here's what I was explaining to Michael last night. That is who Charlie is. That is who she is. It is literally in her chemical makeup, right? Like that came natural to her. That would never have come natural to Olivia. That boy would have knocked over Olivia's fairy house and she would have stood there and stared at it and felt defeated. Or she would have just rebuilt it and been not bothered. But it never would have occurred to Olivia to bow up on this kid and punch him in his chest. That's not who Olivia is. So the moral of this story is I want you to have big, bold prayers for your life. I want you to pray for things that you believe are out of reach for you. Pray for things you're not even sure you deserve. But I'm just going to let you know. He is listening, and he is going to answer the best way he wants to answer you. And sometimes it is not exactly what you meant. That's all I'm saying. That is all I'm saying. But I will let you know that if you all need somebody to have your back, Charlie is your girl. Because I'm kind of glad she's my kid. Only because when I get old and I can't stick up for myself. She got my back. Meanwhile, she made a video. I made a video last night. I'm going to post it for you because y'all are going to die. And I know how much you love her. I sent it to my mother-in-law, and my mother-in-law was like, Jamie, you have a responsibility to teach her how to be a lady. And I was like, all right, Carol, I'm failing. I'm sorry. And I was like, I didn't encourage this. And she was like, she gets it from you. You say all those dirty words. And I was like, I don't say dirty words in front of Charlie. She was like, literally, my mother-in-law was like, you say filth, flar, and filth. I was like, I don't say no damn filth, flar, and filth. All right. Anyway, we don't want girls to be marginalized. Exactly. We don't want girls to take crap. We don't want them to have their life knocked over by boys and stand there and take it. Of course not. But we also don't want kids who straight punch other kids in the chest, because it's just not nice. It's just not nice. But we're working on it. Meanwhile, she's not proud of it. It's not like she's like, yeah, I beat him up. Well, she kind of was last night. But she is very matter of fact. No apologies. I asked him and told him. Meanwhile, also back at the ranch, I say to Michael, do you want to talk to your daughter? Because she like straight punched this kid in the chest. And he's like, no, because I heard Charlie tell the kid like 3 times to leave her alone. Okay, Michael, you're not helping. You're not helping. You're the opposite of helping. Okay? That's what that is. So anyway, I love you guys. Billy, you make my day too. I'm going to post the video right now in the comments of this video. I think it's on my Instagram stories too. If you're on Instagram, you can find me. Let me do this. Yes, use words. I'm trying. I swear. Well, yes, Charlie could have been one of those memes last night where I'm like, Charlie, you need to apologize. She was like, I said what I said. I was like, okay. I'm going to post the video of her because I know you guys will love it. But please do understand that I am working on the behavior. So you don't have to come at me and go, Jamie, she shouldn't be putting her hands on people, because I know that. We're working on it. All right. I love you guys so much today. I don't know why I'm doing this. But I love you guys so much today. And I hope that you have a beautiful, beautiful day.